Welcome to a platform where we debate on the top stories of the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, and other leagues with the best in the world of sports. You'll also get interviews with many athletes and media talents at several basketball events, including the WNBA and college basketball. My name is Emmy-Award-winning, and this is Nothing But That Sports Talk.
Rush 4. Lamar trying to make magic happen. Throw it in zone. Likely 2 feet down. Yes! Touchdown! What a play! Isaiah Likely! Going for 2 and the win.
Let's make sure.
It's on the line, isn't it?
Terry McCauley's going to have to make this call, but it looks like that toe's on the line, Terry.
The runner's toe hit out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass. The game is over. Kansas City has
won. 27-20. The Chiefs win on opening night.
Yeah, one interesting way to start the NFL season is welcome to this episode of Nothing But That Sports Talk with Emmy-Award-winning alongside Deb Whitcas and her black cat running around that franchise.
Olive.
Welcome back to the show, first of all, to both of you.
Thank you. Olive is back as well. She loves the Zoom lights. It's early morning here in LA, so she's up and awake early. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning. But before we get started, recapping the first game of the NFL season, and obviously the Eagles have a game later. Have a game with the Packers all the way in Brazil, but more on that later. Let's talk about what you've been up to since the last time you've been on the show.
Oh, wow. Tons of stuff. I'm actually, both in reality and in sports, very excited for this upcoming football season. I'm actually leaving in about a half hour to go to set. I'm working on Crime Expose with Nancy O'Dell. Very excited about it. Nancy's a dream. So yeah, it's a true crime series, syndicated. We're on Fox stations, Monday through Friday. Check your local listings. Also working with iCrime with Elizabeth Vargas as well. She's also a dream to work with. Also a true crime show. So also Monday through Friday, and check your local listings for that as well. So yeah, and then sports. Wow, lots of stuff, just gearing up for, this season, the Blonde Blitz, revamping that show. I have paired up with the NFL Wives Off the Field. They're going to be my new co-hosts. Every week, going to have a different NFL wife on. Hoping to interview them and their husbands. Be a lot of fun. I got a lot of great stuff planned. I'm going to have a sports comedy segment. Going to have a sports betting segment, also a fantasy sports segment. It's going to be a lot. And then, we're going to do our picks too. I'll do a lot of news. I'll have, the picks at the end of the show. Ben Troop, he's a former safety of the Titans. He's going to be joining a ton and, and helping out with picks as well. So yeah, have a lot going on. We're premiering the Blonde Blitz this Wednesday, the 11th. At 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. So excited to bring that show back.
Yeah, I see you have a lot of eggs in one basket. Like seriously, I mean, come on now. You work in crimes, you still work in the crime shows, and now that the show that you said you didn't want to reveal has already been revealed like years ago, because it has been a while since you've been on the show. I usually bring you during NFL season, and of course, baseball is hot right now with the Philadelphia Phillies leading the NL East. So we got to touch upon that one. And since I know you go hard for Philadelphia, even though you live in Los Angeles, but get ready to add more gold to the gold in the back.
That is the plan, right? Yeah, no, and I've been to a couple Phillies games this season. I haven't covered any, but I've gone as a fan. As you know, I'm from Philly, so yeah, the Phillies games are great, and leading, they're leading the show right now too. We had a little bit of some little hiccups, during the season, but we'll see, what happens as the season goes on.
The Philadelphia Phillies got knocked out by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the NLCS last year.
They did.
So hopefully this is, redemption is going to be on their mind.
Yeah, they've done really well the last two seasons and been knocked out, you know what I mean? Just didn't go all the way the first year, and then the second year that were knocked out by the Diamondbacks. So yeah, fingers crossed for this season. They're there. They're so there. They look great. Actually, to be honest, the one game I went to, we lost. It was All-Star week, so none of the starters were really playing. And we lost like 18-0 or something. I've mentally knocked it out of my brain. So, but we won the second game. We won the other game that I went to at Dodger Stadium, so that was good.
Yeah, obviously that's how it is. But you guys had a very strong start to the season. Unlike last year, assuming
That's true.
that you can hold on to the 7-game lead, or with the Braves, they literally facing off for the final wild card spots. Spots like you don't have to go through the wild card this time, but you have to wait to see who's going to come out of the second wild card game. Just in the second wild card matchup, you'd be sitting pretty waiting for you the New York Mets or the Atlanta Braves just to get out the wild card if the season ended today.
Yeah.
For that possible matchup. How confident you are in the Philadelphia Phillies win the World Series this year?
I was super confident they were going to win last 2 years ago. So, and they didn't. But then, then it was and we had this discussion. It was more of them coming from behind and kind of winning on passion then. And then last year, I wasn't as confident last year. I'm to be honest, I'm pretty confident this year. I feel like because the Phillies started out really strong, got murky, kind of had a losing streak a couple weeks ago, and now are obviously back. If they can hold on to it, I think we have it. So who's gonna beat them? Maybe the Braves, but but who's gonna beat them?
Don't forget the Milwaukee Brewers. They've been out since the beginning. We can't sleep on them. But baseball is unpredictable. I remember a few years ago when you came on the show the year we first met me, Ryan told you y'all weren't going to get out the walk or against the St. Louis Cardinals, and you did big time, and you know the rest.
Yeah.
You went to the Philadelphia Phillies. You were in at least the NLCS 2 years in a row, and now you're one of the top leaders. You're a division leader. You got the offense, and you got the bullpen to actually get the job done. Bryce Harper is really looking like a guy that's going to carry this team to a World Series championship.
Let's do it. I'm ready. It's been a while. It's been too long.
Yeah. Love that excitement in the.
It's been way too long. How long has it been? It's been years.
Since 2008. You got that 2008 World Series championship against the Tampa Bay Rays to hold on to. So as long as you watch the sports, at least you have that to hold on to.
And I honestly, I was actually watching that game when I used to work right next to Fox Sports. I didn't work for Fox Sports, but I worked for Divorce Court at the time. It just so happened that my office was in all of the Fox Sports people, and I'll remember hearing that obviously the time the Phillies had won. I went running up and down the hallway of Fox Sports, screaming my head off. I'm covered in head to toe red, and they're like, "Deb, you can't be running around here." And I'm like, "I don't care. We just won." Yeah. So I was at work.
That'd be right to get excited. I don't blame me for that. I was literally in my last year in high school when that happened. So,
okay. Yeah. I was pretty loud. So
disgusted.
It had been a while then too.
We discussed that the Phillies came back to win division 2 years in a row against the New York Mets when we were relevant. But whatever, it is what it is. What can you do? All right, now on to the Philadelphia Eagles. And you remember what happened last year. You got smoked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Saquon Barkley left New Jersey to come to York City. well, not to say you're staying there right now, but talk
Really.
about the Phillies. I mean, I know you went over this on the DM, but let the whole public know how you felt about Saquon Barkley going from New Jersey to your team.
I'm very excited. When everything was going down, we got rid of Swift, and I was like, I was texting all of my Philly friends and my, former and sports people, and I was like, what is going on? Why did we get rid of Swift? And very upset. And then I heard we got Barkley, and I was literally jumping up and down in my office, in my home office. And I was like, did this really just happen? Like, oh my goodness, little concerned, a little injury prone, but if he can stay healthy, holy moly. So yeah, very excited. Very excited to have Barkley. Also very excited to have Jahan Dotson too. One of my favorites from the Commanders. So another great player for the offense.
Yeah, you guys are going to be a tough out. I mean, you would really improve your running game, assuming that Saquon Barkley actually shows more durability. Because in the past, when he played for the New York Giants, he had the offense to help in the rushing attack. You see that during the playoff run in 2022 before you Eagles took us out in the LCS, but excuse me, the divisional round in 2022. But it's besides the points. Saquon Barkley, he has like the win now mentality to help the Eagles get back to the Super Bowl.
We're getting all of our sports kids there. There's so much sports going on. Our offense, or the Eagles offense, is just amazing, to be honest, on both sides of the ball. I feel like we have a great team. I'm excited to see what Kellen Moore does with this offense. Also Vic Fangio with the defense. But yeah, no, our offense. I mean, Hurts was looking great in training camp. Goddard, God, I don't know who's gonna beat the Eagles offense. Like,
Yeah. Speaking of figuring out what she's going to beat the Eagles offense, that'll be a good time to transition to your win-loss picks for this year's Philadelphia Eagles. Starting with, of course, the inevitable, the Brazil game against the Green Bay Packers. Is that a win or a loss?
I mean, I think we're going to take this one. I love me some Love. Everyone knows I love Jordan Love. I think he's going to I think the Packers are going to have a really good season, but I just don't think they're a strong enough. I think the Eagles are a stronger team. So yeah, I'm going Eagles all the way for Brazil.
Okay. Week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons at home.
Falcons? I mean, I'm really excited to see Cousins. I think Raheem Morris is really building something special in Atlanta. I mean, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts. I think the Falcons are going to be a closer game than Green Bay. I still think the Eagles have it.
Okay, road game against the New Orleans Saints.
Eagles. What do you think?
I'm probably gonna pick the Philadelphia Eagles to win that one too. But then again, it is tough to win the Superdome, so don't be surprised if we lose that game as well. Okay, now week 4, and a wild card rematch against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road. Do you think you can rebound from that loss and win this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a different team. So yeah, I mean, I really think the play calling sucked last year. I think that was part of the problem. I think there was a problem between Sirianni and Hurts. I think that's hopefully been mended. I think the addition of Saquon Barkley, like I said, Dotson, and defense, to be honest, we have some great pieces, and I think, like I said, Vic Fangio is going to know how to coach these guys. Yeah, I think we're really going to see a turnaround. I think everyone, we're going to turn that smile upside down. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Bucs are going to be a problem. I think Kansas City's going to be a problem from what I saw last night, and the Ravens, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll be ideal. Good win. But week 5, they're on bye week. Week 6, they're home against the Cleveland Browns.
Eagles.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I'll go with Eagles too. I mean,
Okay.
of course, we don't know what. Of course,
Like, am I wrong here?
Of course, of course, I said this on the last. Of course, I said this on the last episode with Ryan Walker. Like a week ago. We don't know what type of offense the Cleveland Browns are going to produce with with their quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, they're the Browns.
Yeah,
I can't even really name any players.
yeah. Week 7 on the road against the New York Giants.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I think Eagles. I think Eagles are gonna take both times they play the Giants.
Okay, so let's the conversation. We'll leave that for later. That's a road.
Okay.
You had the Eagles defeat the Giants in week 7, right?
Yes.
Okay. Week 8 on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals.
That one might be a little tough. That one, Joe Burrow. I'm still gonna go Eagles.
Okay. Week 9 at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Again, Eagles. They have to lose somewhere, but I don't think they're gonna have a blowout season. But it's gonna be. I'm going like 12-5, but I'm being realistic too, I feel like. But I keep on saying Eagles on every game, so keep going.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Week 10 on the road against the Dallas Cowboys, November 10th.
God, I love Parsons. You know what? I'm gonna go Dallas on this one just to switch it up. But it's gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Week 11 at home against the Washington Commanders.
I'm excited to see what Daniels Jaden does. I mean, the Commanders are in a rebuild year. I don't see them doing much this season. I'm gonna go Eagles.
Okay. Sunday, November 24th, week 12 on the road against Los Angeles Rams. I know you're probably going to be in attendance for that one.
Yes, I will be there. I already hit that. Rams are going to be a force this season. I love what McVay's doing. I have Puka Nacua on my fantasy team. Cup. I actually think the Rams are going to give the San Francisco 49ers a run for their money for NFC West for the division this season. I think San Fran's going to take it, but I think the Rams are going to be right up there. And I think the Rams are going to be a force more so this season than people think they are. I'm still going to have to go Eagles though.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, you're going to be cheering for the Eagles in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
otherwise I cheer Rams, but yes.
All right. Week 13, December 1st, against the Baltimore Ravens on the road.
That one's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah, even with the way the Baltimore Ravens went out in that season opener against Kansas City.
Yeah. Both teams look really good. Both teams look like they've been playing for a while. I think
predictions. Yeah.
Okay.
You think you're gonna win?
I'm gonna go Ravens just because again I can't choose Eagles the entire time. It's gonna be a very close game though.
Okay. Week 14, December 8th at home against the Carolina Panthers. This is too obvious.
Obviously Eagles.
Let's see. Week 15, December 15th against the Pittsburgh Steelers. At home.
At home?
Pennsylvania.
Okay. God, I love Mike Tomlin. I just don't think Russell Wilson's going to produce anything this season. And I don't have much faith in Justin Fields either. I'm going Eagles, especially because it's home.
Okay. Week 16 on the road against the Washington Commanders.
Again, Eagles.
Week 17 home against the Dallas Cowboys. That could determine the division and one of the top spots in the NFC.
I'm going to go Eagles for that one. I think they're going to lose to Dallas the first time and win the second time.
Okay. Week 18, the finale against the New York Giants.
I think Eagles. I think Eagles are taking both those games.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the way you went out and predicted, it's going to be a good season for the Philadelphia Eagles, as y'all know it, even when competing with the Dallas Cowboys. So,
but we all said this. We all said the same thing last year too, and they fell apart in the last 6 weeks. So you never know. I don't see that happening again. I think
both the Cowboys and the Eagles lost in the first round. So, what difference did that make now?
True. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Love wrecked the Cowboys last year. This is big time.
I love Jordan Love. I think he's a great quarterback. We saw it. I was like, oh, this is what happens when you sit behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. And then he kind of slid off a bit and then came back. So, yeah, I mean, I think we'll see Green Bay in the playoffs.
All right. Now we wrap it up by giving our thoughts on the opening kickoff game with the Ravens and the Chiefs. That it was a hard-fought game. The Ravens did better than we thought. It looked like they were going to come back and win, but that little that little review where they showed the little tip on the out of bounds line says difference.
Yeah, I mean, literally, Isaiah Likely. It was just a toe. You know what I mean? It was out of bounds by a toe. Like, it was just one of the most exciting NFL games I've watched. You know what I mean? And it was like the season opener, which is amazing. It was kickoff. But yeah, to watch Worthy, rookie, 2 touchdowns for KC. I mean, the very first time this kid touches the ball in his NFL career, he gets a touchdown. I mean, a 21-yard touchdown. Crazy. I feel like Mahomes looked like he never skipped a beat, except for that one interception, which cost the Ravens. The Ravens got a field goal because of it. But I thought Mahomes looked great. He completed 20 of 28 passes for 291 yards. God, yeah. I mean, Rice looked fabulous. He caught 7 passes for 103 yards. Didn't look like he got in any trouble over the off season, but we all know he did. We won't get into that, but I feel like Rice didn't skip a beat. Pachenko, who I also have in my fantasy team, he looked amazing. I don't know. I mean, I hate to say this, but look in my that three-peat might just happen again, which everyone, I'm not predicting any type of Super Bowl thing because I don't predict quite yet. But yeah, KC looked good. So did the Ravens.
Yeah, of course, KC. I mean, a year ago, KC did lose to the Detroit Lions, but Lions who went on to the NFC title game and lost to the San Francisco 49ers. But again, Kansas City. Well, Kansas City, on the other hand, even though they did lose that game, they went on to win the Super Bowl anyway. So it's going to be a foregone conclusion. Kansas City three-peats.
You think so?
It is. Patrick Mahomes is literally the Tom Brady of this era in the NFL.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And he's proving it. They were calling him the mini GOAT a couple years ago. Now he's like the GOAT. So, yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, they're looking good.
But yeah, what did we learn from watching the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs game last night?
We learned they're 2 really good football teams. Yeah, I mean, and I mean, it was a little heartbreaking that the Ravens were so close. I still think KC would have won in overtime though. So there's Olive. Olive, what do you think? Oh no, that's Tortellini. That's my other cat. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like we just learned that this is going to be a really great NFL season, and we watched 2 of the top teams last night.
I mean, well, I learned for a fact that Kansas City still showed you that they're going to be the team to beat. throughout the NFL season, and literally nobody, not even the Los Angeles Chargers, is going to surpass it for the AFC West in the division just yet. As far as the conference itself, Baltimore showed you, even though they did lose, they're not going down without a fight.
Yeah. What did you think of the refs calling, like the illegal formations?
I mean, I think the referees called the game right down the middle. I didn't really notice anything wrong with those calls.
Okay.
But
in the beginning, it was a little iffy, I thought, but yeah.
But like that offside call they had against the Baltimore Ravens when they literally rushed down the field for a touchdown. I mean, it was pretty obvious. There was a holding penalty. I didn't like the way it was going. I kind of predicted that. I'm sure your friend in the back thought the same thing too as they watched.
Tortellini, yeah. No, I mean, I feel like some of the, the refs aren't as, I thought last season the refs kind of got in the way of the game a little bit, and just from yesterday I was like, are we gonna have another repeat of that this season? But yeah, I mean, I thought most of the calls were fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. Even though the referees call it does impact the NFL games, let's just call it the way it is. They called it right down the middle, and it was a seesaw game between two teams that we expect to return to the playoffs by the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the NFL did it right this season. They started off with two great teams. I know everyone's really excited, for the season to start. So, and then we've got Eagles Brazil tonight. Eagles Packers.
Okay, now what will be? I mean, from this game forward, regardless of whoever wins, like which team would benefit more from this game between the Packers and the Eagles?
Oh, I think if the Packers won, I think it would benefit them. Absolutely. I don't think anyone's expecting the Packers to win this game. So if they came back, and won it over the Eagles, obviously there's been so much talk about, both sides of the ball with the Eagles. If the Packers came and won, that would be the talk of the week, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would. It really would be the top talk of the week. And yeah. But to wrap it up, let's not forget, not too long ago, we witnessed the Olympics where, well, I don't know, we witnessed the Olympics, and yeah, what are your overall thoughts on the Olympics last month?
I mean, the Olympics were amazing.
Even outside the basketball realm that made the Olympics. I
mean, it's the Olympics, and unfortunately I was so busy with work I didn't get to watch it as much as I wanted to. But I mean, every year I love watching, everything. I actually was supposed to be there, but I couldn't go because of work. So I would have it's my dream to cover the Olympics. And I will do it it's on my bucket list. I will do it one day. Hopefully when in 4 years when it comes to LA. I was excited for the gymnastics is always my favorite event. I got to tune into some of that. I mean, it was every year the Olympics blows me away.
Well,
just everyone comes together.
Coming to your hometown.
I know. It's 4 years will go by quick though.
Olympics smoke this time.
What was that?
I said, yeah, the Olympics will be coming in 2028, and and thanks to Jalen Hurts, flag football will count as an Olympic sport that year. So you can't duck the Olympics smoke this time. Get ready to get football content when that year comes.
That'd be great. I thought the break dancing was an interesting addition this year.
Break dancing was lit. It really gave me "You Got Served" vibes,
Yeah, I was like, okay, what are we doing here? But if breakdancing should be in, I feel like cheerleading should be in.
It really gave that. Too bad they're not going to bring it back in 2028. So,
yeah. But yeah. No, it was.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, you were going to say something?
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done. Like, you were going to say something?
Oh, no.
Okay, now over this episode, Nothing But That Sports Star. Thank you for stopping by, Deb Whitcas. Can't wait to see what you do. And continue to do your work in the entertainment industry and the TV production side. I know you're going to do well, as always.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
For Deb Whitcas, for Fika Luzon, we'll see you next time.